Hi again, piano student friends. I'm going to play Land of the Silver Birch, which is a beautiful folk melody from the Faber 3A lesson book. Let's look. Start your first finger on D. You can see that. That's a note you know really well. It's close to middle C. But where it says lift, you're going to lift your hand and move one octave higher from this D to this D. Okay, this piece has a lonely sound to it. Pay attention to the fermata at the end of the first line, measure 4. Practice your left hand first because your left hand has a big interval. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Notice when I count my intervals, I start from the note and I go to the note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and it's marked a 7th there, so I'm going to go 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. All of these intervals are sevenths until you get to measure 17. Then you play a harmonic seventh. That means you play the notes at the same time. 2, 3, 4. First finger steps down. 2, 3, 4. First finger steps down. A half step to not B but B flat. Your bottom note D stays the same. Step down one more half step to A. 2, 3, 4. That's the hardest part for the left hand is measure 17, 18, 19, 20. So go ahead and read that and practice it before you begin this piece, okay? Here's how it sounds. 2. Now I always count, don't I? I always count before I begin. 1, 2. Actually, this piece is a lot faster. I'm counting it in 2, but I should count it for 1, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. That's my tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep your pedal on the whole time. The whole time of the first line. Ready, here I go. And there's a repeat there. Notice it does not repeat to the beginning. It repeats to the beginning of measure 5, and you know that because the dots that indicate repeat are reflected at the beginning of measure 5. Sorry, that's dots that indicate that's where I'm supposed to go back to. So I'm going to go back to that measure 5 and play it again with better dynamics. I'm piano. That's the second time I go through this. I play it softly. Okay, that's so pretty, isn't it? Your right hand moves around a bit. So what you have to know is at the end of measure 8, you play A with your 5th finger, then A with your 2nd finger. That moves your hand to get up higher so you can be 5 on D. Next, measure 9. And then you just don't play fingerings, play notes too. 4, 2, 1. You have to reach out 1 to the F. 4, 2, 1. Then your 2nd finger will relax back to G on measure 11. Pick your hand up and move back to 5th finger on measure 13 on D. Stretch down. Now here's the hardest part. 13, 14, 15, 16. Measure 16. 3 on A, 1 on F. Cross your 2nd finger way over to D. Usually we cross the 2nd finger maybe like something like a little tiny sneak. I call that 2nd finger sneak. But this is not a sneak. This is a big leap. Leap over. That is a skip to D. Okay? Where it says, I will return once more. Okay? You probably want to practice those 2 measures, that one phrase, measure 15 and 16, before you begin this piece. You probably want to practice your left hand. Like I said, measure 17 through 20 before you begin practicing this piece. And of course, do it hand separately anyway to focus on your right hand first, okay? Practice hard.